probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. Won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody that's doing today? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Happy Hump Day. Middle of the week, 2 days away from the weekend. Back at it like we're mad at it. Welcome to the O.T.S.B.S show, where we talk about that stinky, foul, sometimes downright trifling stuff in sports. But before we get started, I got to bring the crew on that's hanging out with me tonight, all the way from the Northeast, my fellow Cowboy brother. What's up, too?
Oh, bang, bang, bang. Craig's Pops. What's going on, y'all, on this hump day? You know what I'm saying? My guy, John Witherspoon, man. Hope everybody's getting to it, man. We here.
Right. Man, back at it like we're mad at it, fam. Hey, man, let's get the other guy up in here. He's making it a habit hanging out with us almost every night now. Coming in with that straight fire. Jake, not from State Farm. What's happening, man?
Just Jake in the building.
Not a whole lot. What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you watch from. Good to see you. I got to work on these intros. You guys kill that.
Yes, man. Getting the spotlight, brother, you will come up with a lot of them. It gets pretty easy, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Waiting, I sit over on the side, I'm just waiting. I'm like, what kind of smart, sly stuff can I say today? And then as soon as it pops on, deer in the headlights. I got something. Crap.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, it'll come to you, man.
Shout your name out. What's going on?
What's up, Bree? How you doing?
What's going on with you, man?
Bree becoming a regular. We appreciate that, too.
Appreciate it. Tap in on Sundays, man. You know, show the love back as you showing to us. We got you.
No doubt. So let's jump right into this Friday night, man. So everybody that's on here, we all don't play sports at one point in time. Probably still do. What's the worst beatdown you ever been a part of? Either giving or receiving?
Boston Raiders. I was a Brookline Patriot at the age of 9. Boston Raiders, prestige, Pop Warner team in Boston. Yeah, they gave us a beatdown. It was about 69 to like 7. It was terrible.
What was the score?
69 to 7.
Damn.
They let us score to 7. Let's just say that.
They let you score to 7.
Yes.
Not the Mercy 7.
It was Mercy 7, and we had to shake their hands after the game, and that was a long line to go through without losses.
Man, that's brutal, fam. What about you, Jake?
That is pretty bad. Grade school basketball. We had in my opinion, I thought we had an incompetent coach, but 5th grade, we think that we're a good team. First game of the season, we practiced, we ran, did the suicide, did all the stuff. We're all in shape. We get out there and we lose 55-10. Everyone forgot how to shoot. Our coach wasn't running right plays. We would be passing what felt like right to the team. We're sitting there, and then after the game, the coach decided to call us a bunch of idiots, and then he got fired.
Oh, wow.
All the parents got done with it. He was like, you guys suck. And we're like, yo, Mom, guess what he said? And then he was out the next day. That coach started us off 0-5 that year. We got a crop of 2 new coaches, and we won out the end of the year, but didn't make the playoffs. It was sucked. I was like, where are these 2 guys at the beginning?
Some people just not make the coach, man.
Man, it
I
was
think for
horrible.
me, we were losing. I think it was my freshman year of high school. I was playing flanker, and we were losing. It was 30-3 at halftime, and we just getting it handed to us. Coach just kind of like he can't figure out how to get anything going. So I just put my hands up, made the recommendation, run to my side. I'm gonna seal my side off. We ran the same damn play, and we ended up winning 33-30.
Hey, there we go.
Crazy.
So that's where the name Coach Lee came from.
Coach.
Hey man, that's what I do, man. That's what I do. Analyze and disguise. But hey, the reason why I asked that is IMG Academy. Everybody's familiar with them. They're kind of like a football preparatory school. That's actually they're in between like high school football and probably college football. A lot of those kids going to the league and stuff like that. So some pretty good talent on their team. And with you having pretty good talent, it's kind of hard for you to get a game sometimes. So they played a preparatory school from West Toronto that's in out of Ontario. And their game got called because they were beating them at halftime 96-0. So, do you feel like they should have called the game via mercy rule like they did? Or do you think they should have just let them keep taking their licks?
Man, I'm a stat guy, so I need all them stats. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let it ride.
We like no mercy.
You gotta let it ride, no mercy, man. But then when I was looking at the article, I seen that it was a team from Canada. And usually teams and countries take the beat down, from the USA.
Right.
So I was pretty surprised that it was called off. But given the retrospect of the game, that team wasn't in the IMG Academy's league. Like you said, man, this is a school for, basically guys that should be at the college level, but they're getting the extra year to, re-up, classifying themselves for this reason, to beat teams like this. Though they lost their first game of the season, seems they've been rolling, and I guess this is one of those games, to make a big statement. And they sure did. Canadians ain't going to be happy about that. We ain't going to be able to get no maple syrup anymore. No Canadian bacon. I'm kind of mad at that.
Do you feel like...
Yeah, man, normally I'm not... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jake. You got it.
Normally I'm not one for a mercy rule. I completely believe, like, you got to let the game go, and, I don't like padding the stats or nothing like 2 does, but I mean, when it got that out of hand, I mean, that's terrible. But we don't call baseball games when it's 21-0. But I don't know. That was pretty bad. 96-0 at the half. I remember when that was first getting reported because it didn't say game over. It said, this is what it is going into halftime. I didn't even hear the game end. And I'm like, I wonder what that score ended up being. I did not know the game even got called. I'm like, like I said, I don't believe in mercy rules, but that game, I'm like, that was justified.
Yeah, they're about to bust the clock in the first half. Your young folks may not know about busting the clock, huh?
Oh, yeah. We need to just, listen. These happen a lot. I used to be a recipient of being young, but as I got older, we started busting the clock out. It's kind of life, man. You go through both sides, There may be some athletes that ain't never been beaten bad before in terms of a team sport. But there's a lot of guys that have. It's a big building, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be something great to, like, go and, like, vote on or, like, go around and ask people, because I would love to hear stories about that. It's actually something we should put in the group.
Yeah, I agree. My question is, they're superior talent beat these guys down, but what did these kids gain by having that much talent on one team and playing these schools? Because I understand it's hard for them to get games, but I think it sucks because I've seen some of these teams. I think Bishop Gorman that's out of Nevada. They're another one of those preparatory schools like that. I forgot the name of the one that's in California, but they come here a lot, and they play a lot of teams in the DFW area, and I think we've only beaten one of those teams once, and other than that, we always get it handed to us. But how much? Because there's so much talent disparity. What are the kids getting out of that?
Kids. I want to say it's kind of what you sign up for because you sign up to play this game. And I feel like it's me and probably you guys growing up. It's like you want to continue to fight. I mean, even if you're down 50-0, 90-0, you know what I'm saying? You always have that belief that they got, depending on what side of the fence you on.
It's pride.
I just hate when games, like, to me, I just hate when games go like that. At the end of the day, you're going to be the laughingstock anyway. You quit and you still the laughingstock, so why just, go on with the ball game? That's just my intake sometimes. Like, I'm never going to throw in no towel. Maybe I lied. Maybe in the UFC.
Right.
But in terms of the football game, no. You got to stay on the gridiron. But the scheduling's where it kind of smells. Because like you said, it's hard for them to get games, but the games that they get, and mind you, they're ranked. They're ranked.
Yep.
So what does it do for you to play this type of team? You know what I'm saying? This late in the season. Because we know football's coming to an end.
That's true.
So
they're already doing the high school tournaments here in Ohio.
Yeah, they already doing them in Massachusetts, man. My Brighton Bengals didn't survive the first round, man. We lost last Friday. Shout out to the Bengals doing an excellent season, taking the Boston City title, but unable to do what a lot of teams want to do, and that's get a mass Super Bowl ring. Next year, hopefully, it'll be the year.
Trying to think how I was trying to take a look at their schedule. I think the school that they lost to, because they've only lost one. I think they're like 7-1 or 8-1. Mm-hmm. But I think the school that they lost to was the school that's out of California. It was like number 1 against number 2 or something like that at the time.
Yep, they lost to Miami Central. Well, actually, they lost to Miami Central of Florida, 20-14, and they're the number 3 team in the country. So IMG currently ranked number 12 in the Super 25, has won his last 4 games by a total of 254-0, leaving a little doubt that the team is one of the most dominant in USA today. So it's wild. It's crazy.
You said 254.
So it's a prep school.
4 games. Yes, it's a prep school.
So as a prep school, so this isn't like a regular type high school where there's divisions and stuff that they're a part of, right? Their whole purpose is to go around the country and play other teams. Is that what I'm gathering from this?
Yep. Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother.
Correct, sir.
All right, so I'm trying. I was trying to figure out why Florida had came up to Ohio and played Coleraine one year. I was like, why are they coming all the way? I mean, Coleraine beat them, which was a surprise because Coleraine's a regular high school here that plays, in Division I football against all the big old tough schools, and they went against a Florida prep school and beat them like 32-20, which was surprising. But schools like Coleraine, Moeller, LaSalle, all of them are really good. St. X too are all good teams up here in Cincinnati and mainly in the Ohio area for D1. So I was just like, I was wondering how that all works out. So their whole purpose is to go around and play the other top teams in the country. All right, cool. I understand a little bit more now.
Is this for the team? Is this for the?
So what were they doing playing this one?
Almost like barnstorming.
It's for the recruits. What they were doing was, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm so right. Maybe I'm all the way wrong. They go around playing teams. They go to Canada playing a team. Maybe they try and take some of those Canadians to bring them down here. I mean, it's the road to prep, you know what I'm saying? A lot of schools are going international in terms of recruiting and all that now. So maybe that's something that they're doing, and as well as getting base network outside of the country, which I think is smart. The only thing I would say is, this late in the season, playing them. That would be something that I would like get out the way early, do all that, I mean, good thing they got it out the way, My question is, will they play this team again next year? Will this be like the yearly thing? Because now it's a yearly thing. They definitely still in their players.
Kellen Mond.
I want to know if there's any.
Yep.
Who did?
Kellen Mond.
Oh, got you. Damn.
Kellen Mond was Texas A&M?
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense. Preseason game is what it should have been. Definitely, Jamie, man. We'll see a bunch of comments streaming in, man. Appreciate y'all with the comments. Pin them on the screen, you know what I'm saying? We look at them. You know, we may not say things sometimes. We're talking a lot, you know, because this is what it is. But we show and we appreciate everybody throwing in comments. Appreciate y'all.
See, I guess I got another stupid little side question, though.
Okay.
See, one little side question that I want to know is so we got the NFL and we got the CFL, and the CFL rules are a little bit different and they play a little bit different, but the way they play a high school ball, and I'm assuming their form of college up there, is the CFL just its own entity and they play in the college in the high school level? They play regular Americanized football, or do they play the Canadian rules? So I'm assuming that that's an answer on itself, since they came. I believe the Canadian team came down here from what I was reading. So they were playing American football rules, or does Canadian schools and college play regular Americanized football, and then the CFL is just different?
I think,
that's something that I would want to know.
Good question, because mentally you have to gear up for that if they're doing that. But I think they're probably playing regular. I think they're probably playing regular standard size football. And then the CFL, like you said, is its own league where they have their own rules and there's just different ways of playing. You know, same way as it was in Europe. But I think at the end of the day, even if you adapt or don't have to adapt, I think they probably play the same game as the Americans up in Canada. That's an interesting question.
About the only difference that I know is that they have the field goal post pushed up a little bit, and I don't think they punt. I think they use all 4 downs, but they have to get. Instead of it being 10 yards, it's 20 yards.
Shout out to Facebook users. The CFL is this different. Yeah, I figured that the CFL is this different rules, you know. IMG Academy probably ain't going to take no team that's playing CFL style right now.
No.
You know that?
No.
No.
Well, considering what tonight is, we all agree that it's a bit much. The game got called. We shared our stories and our backdrops. Some of our viewers made some good points about, you know, the competition aspect of it. But me putting on my coach's hat, I'm like, these kids can't be learning much, man. But the maniacal side of me is like, I want to pass some stats.
Mm-hmm. You want to pass some stats. And usually when you want to pass some stats, the team on the other side is like, this is some bull.
That's a good one, man.
You want to go back across the border, yay? So, you know.
Good shit, too. Hey, we're going to take our first break for tonight. We'll be back for segment 2. Y'all hold on tight. Be back about 15, 20. Appreciate you.
Hey, yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Darwin Price, man. Ground Sound. I want to give a big shout out to STWF Media, the big brand. You know what I'm saying? Where you can talk sports with NFL players and all type of fans, man. Go follow them on Facebook community. The big brand, STF Media, man. Shout out to them. Thank you for the support. Go follow them, Facebook, everywhere.
Appreciate you hanging back out here with your boys on the O.T.S.B.S show, talking about that bull sniggity.
Yes, sir.
So, again, to our last one, I always like to preference these segments like this. So we're going to start with Jake on this one. So what's something that you're very good at, keep it PG, something that you're very good at that you like to do?
Bowling.
Okay.
I got nothing else to go on that, but I know I love bowling. I've been doing it since high school.
Perfect. 2, same question for you.
Me? Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a nice one. I like to bake.
Okay, perfect. Jay, do you think right now, how comfortable would you be if somebody came and gave you a PBA card right now?
Not at all.
And 2, would you be comfortable going into a 5-star restaurant cooking and your name was on the line?
I'm rolling the dice. I'm rolling the dice. 5-6, baby. I'm rolling the dice.
The real that is,
you know what it is, man. Betty Crocker 2, man. You know, Chef 2 our boy ID. You know,
2RD. So the reason why I asked that is
that's someone. Somebody star that comment. That needs to stay up.
The reason why I asked that is, and we hit on it a little bit, I think probably maybe a Monday night, maybe. Yeah, it was Monday night. Jeff Saturday, Pro Bowl center, had Peyton Manning's back for years. You know, they got into some heated arguments on the sideline before, but he was recently named head coach. Head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. But a lot of the some other coaches and execs, they're saying that this is a mockery of the sport. And supposedly he had a very bizarre press conference. First question is, what did you think when you first heard this story?
They're becoming a high school Pop Warner-ish team, college team, bringing the alumni back. That's what I thought of it. I didn't think it was a joke. I didn't think it was anything at all. I was surprised Jeff Saturday got the job. Well, that's how I felt about it.
Jake?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little shocking, especially when I found out that he had 0 coaching experience. Like, I understand he was doing the broadcasting and everything, but I thought that he had a little bit of something under his belt because everyone's got to start somewhere. I get that, but I don't think your starting point should be the NFL. I mean, heck, I think Peyton Manning started out in high school, like started coaching the high schoolers again. Like, you got to start somewhere, and I don't think the NFL is the right spot.
Well, apparently he has some experience, just not at the level that he's coaching at now, or the level before that. He actually has some high school experience, but his record as a high school coach, I believe, is 3-7, 3-8 as a high school football coach. So it's something to pay attention to in this. But in all, when I heard other people rap-roaring about the Rooney Rule, and all the extra stuff that comes behind it, and when a coach is hired, especially a coach with no experience. A lot of people hate when a coach with no experience is hired. It definitely, throws shade towards coaches that are even in the coach organization. John Fox, you know what I'm saying? You got Gus Bradley over there. None of those guys were asked to, be a replacement. And I'm going to take it like this. This man is here to take the losses. The coach feel like they're in a lose situation right now. And honestly, if I was any not minority looking for a job, I wouldn't want the coach job right now. Next, when the season's over, Jeff Saturday's probably going to be gone, depending on if the coach start getting hot. If they get hot, then he's the new head coach. But at the same time, nobody's taking that job. They have no QB. They got no comfortable QB right now to say that this is a franchise that I want to go to. So when I heard the minority talk, I was just kind of like, we know why the coach did this. The coach is trying to get people in the seat somehow. And they went back to a guy that they're probably not going to boo.
Bingo.
Bingo. Time they know their team is trash.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. And that's true. He will be fired at the end of the year. They're going to clean the whole coaching staff out probably. I'm looking. Two spoke about John Fox, head coaching experience. Gus Bradley, I think he's the head coach at one point in time. But not including the new head coach, they have 24 coaches on their staff. And out of those 24, they couldn't find somebody. But Two, I didn't think about it, but you made a great point. The marketing, familiar name, fan favorite. I think he was just up there, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, hitting the amber with the hammer.
Right.
When they retired somebody's jersey. So he's a fan favorite. It makes sense. But man, they're tanking on purpose.
They think
they need a quarterback because they've never really been bad enough to actually get a quarterback.
Jamie, they can't do worse. They really can't do worse right now. And honestly, it's something that's unique, not new because we've seen teams do this, but probably people with experience. But at the same time, I'm interested to see it. And Will, you're right. Right guy for the team job. Right guy for the team job. He's surprised. He's going to go over there and live the moment. If this is his only time he gets to coach professional football, he gets to go to his kids and his children and family and say, I coached in the NFL. It doesn't even matter what the record is. He could be 0-8. I mean, shout out to him.
He's the first NFL head coach with no college or pro coaching experience since Norm Van Brocklin. And he went from the 1960 NFL MVP to the coaching. He won it with the Eagles to coaching the Vikings in 61.
You see notable things like Steve Nash going from the NBA to head coach. You see a lot of new trends with these coaches now. You know what I'm saying? Relevance, it's usually somebody that's under the tree. But nowadays, you just getting around the world. You see in Memphis, even though Penny Hardaway was a coach AAU, that, he got the Memphis job. He's an alumni there, too. It helps, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a new style. The rule and rule's never going to stick. And me being a football fan and all of us being football fans should already know that. I'm going to be real. We don't watch the NFL for the coaches. We don't watch the NFL for the coaches. We watch the NFL for the talent. At the end of the day, the coach is going to lose his job or keep his job depending on how the team plays.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
to an extent, you don't watch a team for the player either.
Yeah. We can fight for it. We can fight for the rights, and hopefully one day, But at the same time, it's like we don't watch. Nobody's really talking about Eric Bellamy getting a job, Ryan Leftwich. We're not talking about these guys getting a job until something happens where a white guy gets a job. They ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's talking about this. Is not talk every day. And it sucks that it's not. And that's the bull crap of it. Because if it was talk every day, one of those guys probably would have got hired. It's not. Go ahead.
The only time you're ever going to hear anything about a head coach popping off or serious is whether it's going to be Tom Brady, Mike Tomlin, one of these guys have been around for a while that's had outstanding records, have won some Super Bowls, but it's literally covered for a week, maybe, and that's it. But I agree. I think that this might just end up being a marketing tool because I guarantee as soon as you see Lucas Oil on Sunday, there's going to be a whole bunch of signs saying, just run the ball.
Well, Jonathan Taylor's today, so that's a good sign for Jeff Saturday. Another interesting thing in this, which is some bull crap. The person who's calling the plays on Sunday, somebody who has no experience in that either. So we about to see an eviction on Sunday, and they play the Raiders. They play the
Raiders.
Vegas Raiders, who are having their own problems. And Jeff Saturday iterated on the ESPN show last week that they are trash. So he about to see what that trash is all about. He gets to smell it firsthand from the opposite side of the sideline. Honestly, Jeff Saturday is a well-rounded dude. He's a great dude. I like how he portrays himself. I wish him well. Real talk. I wish him well because the coach needs something. If he can't give them it, then they're going to just need something. But at the end of the day, it's a roll the dice. I said I'm going to roll the dice. Jeff, roll them dice. 4, 5, 6, baby. And if you need help, holler at me. I'll give you my number in your DM later on.
So what do you think the record's going to be for him? You think he even wins the game?
This is the thing, too. I think you need to go. If you're not going to go Matt Ryan, you're going to keep Sam Ellinger. If they keep Sam Ellinger, they'll probably win. But they got 7 games left, 8 games left?
I think
okay,
8.
They got 8 games. They can win half of those. They can win half of those. I'm gonna say 3 or 4 games they can win. But they have somebody on their roster that can probably change the world. I don't believe in them, but the NFL does, and the critics and the fans do. They have Nick Foles on the bench. Why are you not playing Nick Foles? You're not going to play Matt Ryan. That might be something to go to.
That's true.
If Sam Elgin plays bad next week, in a game where you could probably win, it's a winnable game against the Raiders, Nick Foles might change the season. It might not be just Saturday. He might get some help.
And that might be interesting because after they play the Raiders next week, they play the Eagles the week after that.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Then they have the Steelers, then the Cowboys, then the Vikings,
Loss.
then the Chargers, the Giants, and Colts. So I can see them losing to the Eagles. I can see them losing to Dallas, Minnesota. That's 3 L's. And I see them losing to the Giants. So 4-4, maybe?
I can see 3.
This might be the only winnable game for them.
The NFL's tough. I've learned, even with anybody was like, oh, you're just a Cowboys fan, so the Cooper Rush. I told him he was going to win at least 5. He's going to be 500. He's going to be at least 500. You know what I'm saying? Like, teams are going to go play. Nowadays, the teams are playing for the backups. It used to be when the backup came in, you didn't see nothing in the Southern team no more. Maybe the star because he still want to patch stats and all that. But at the same time, everybody's going to play for the backup. And hey, Sam Ellinger, if he ain't it Sunday, go with Nick Foles. At least you know he got some experience in big time situations. This might be the biggest one of all. I want to see Nick do right in this situation. I'm saying right now, bring Nick Foles in. It may help. Do any of you fellow arm wrestlers or king of the table? I'm the arm wrestling champion here. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated on these streets.
It's got to be some northern stuff.
You know what I'm saying? They never, you know what I'm saying? Go down.
We do NASCAR down here.
You know, they got a lot of heavyweights up in Texas, though. I got to test my strength over there. That'd be a place to test your strength because, you know. But I used to watch the arm wrestling stuff all the time. It used to be heavyweight. Arm wrestling used to actually be dope for me because, you know, you show your true strength.
Definitely.
But, just don't get snuffed after you win.
I say he maybe goes 2-6, maybe. That's being generous. Cause they still gotta play Houston. They might, and like Jake alluded to, this might be the only winnable game they have. Because the Raiders are terrible. Shout out to you, Dominique. Every day, like I told you.
International, East versus West. Devin Leary is taking on Pruitt.
Man.
Yeah, these guys, man, they be in it. They be getting it in. Real talk. Watch all A. You got to watch all the weird sports. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call weird sports. Like, you know, very entertaining.
You know what? I'm surprised that this game ain't a Thursday night game from how the story is lining up because this is the perfect game for a Thursday night game this year.
It is a perfect game for a Thursday night.
You're right.
If we do get it, they'll be clapping back at Amazon Prime, where we know where Amazon Prime should be being clapped by or about, but we ain't gonna get into that. But they'll be clapping at the game, saying the game's horrible. But it's good that the game's on a Sunday for both of those teams. Because the tailgate is going to be so crazy on both sides. And then at the end of the day, somebody going to be like, damn, I wasted all this money on a tailgate for a game. In my mind,
see that?
It's going to be some absolute boom. That game is going to be hella
best
boom,
time.
I swear. You know, it's going to be terrible.
I'm going to be so interested in Monday's show if for some reason the Colts do beat the Raiders on Sunday.
Oh, my goodness.
Coach Lee is going to be popping off.
Oh, Colts
you lost to Jeff Saturday?
No,
I've been messing around to go live.
all winning Sunday. Guys. Tap it in. The Colts are winning Sunday. It's all empty stone right here. It's marked. They have to make Jeff Saturday look good for one game. This game is the game. They're gonna and Las Vegas is gonna say, Waller, you gotta come play Sunday. This is gonna be the worst defeat that the Raiders have had all year coming up this Sunday. I'm telling y'all right now. And Dominique want to bet $100, man. I'm about an hour away from betting that $100, man. Last year when LeBron missed 2 free throws to ice the game for the Lakers, I need my money back.
Man.
Feeling on Bengals, feeling to get flexed out of Sunday night NFL. Just want that money from KC playing prime time. Hey, it's around the time. If you haven't performed to your duties this year, sorry, Bengals. Well, yeah, no sorry, Bengals, because you haven't performed either.
I blame that on the Steelers. Don't blame that
on the Bengals. I blame that on the Bengals.
After the Bengals
we knew the Steelers wasn't going to be good.
There's no reason that they should not get a primetime game.
The schedule was made in the beginning, before the year started, knowing that Pittsburgh was probably going to be bad looking at the division, and the Bengals are going to be the superior team. Well, guess what? They're both mediocre. So that's why they got flexed. It was more the Bengals than the Steelers to me. And I'm not even hating. That's just the truth. I feel like the Bengals were – what's their record?
No,
what's their record? 5-3?
5-4.
5-4. If they was about 7
okay, my bad.
Yeah, they had 7 wins, they would be playing in that game. That game would not have been flexed. They would have want to see an elite team in the league blow out the Steelers. They would have kept that. But now you got Justin Herbert and the Chargers ain't playing that good. KC's doing their due diligence right now. That's a team that people say, oh, they gonna miss Tyreek. They ain't gonna do nothing. There you go.
And he's on pace to pass for the most yards in his career.
Patrick filthy. He's filthy.
So we're gonna take a last break for tonight. We'll be back about 15 to 20. Y'all hold on to your bus, as Samuel Jackson said. Be right back.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Gritty checking in. This Friday I'm live with S.T.W.F. Media, man. Little interview coming soon. Everybody, y'all tune in. Man. We got some big coming. Let's get it.
Because you just went on break on the feed.
What's up, man? It's your boy Coach Lee hanging out with my man Two and Jake, now from State Farm, my guy, man. So this last one, I'm being a little bit transparent. I might have an unpopular opinion. We're going to call this segment Second Time Around. And I was surprised when I saw it, but then I read into it a little bit more. Kind of all makes sense. Baseball Hall of Fame, they have a ballot designed to give controversial players a second chance. And 2 of those players that are prime candidates for this are Barry Bonds and my man Roger Clemens. I believe Mark McGwire as well. So how do you guys feel about that? These guys played during the steroid era. Are you a purist? Or do you think they deserve a chance to get in?
What you saw, Jake?
Man, it's a little touchy, because it wasn't really – I didn't get to see that time. I didn't get a chance to, be in those – dang, we lost that game because that guy cheated. He holds records. I understand that. It's a little thing. Everything that I think that these players do should definitely hold an asterisk next to the name. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a baseball purist. I understand that, every sport's got their wrongs. Every sport's has their cheaters. I mean, look, my team was scrutinized for years, the Patriots. I hear it all the time. You guys got rings just because of this, just because of that. I think that, yes, they still had to go out there and perform, whether they had an enhancement or not. They had to go out there and do it. They had to go out and break their own records. I believe that there is a spot for them somewhere inside of a Hall of Fame, but no matter where they end up, just like how on Bonds' home run records, there's an asterisk next to his name. That always needs to be there so people know, well, what's that about, so they can find out and look up themselves why they have that asterisk. Because they are a part of history.
Shout out to you, Will. You make That's true. You can't tell baseball's story without those players being included. That's what I consider somebody that's Hall of Fame worthy. And Will, I agree with you. Baseball has always had cheaters.
Shout out to Facebook
100%.
users, man. They didn't get stripped of their personal achievements. Leave it be. Go talk to Pete Rose.
And I believe Pete should be back in the Hall of Fame.
I think all these man, baseball, man, in this world, man, people cheat, man. This was gonna happen, man. Let those guys in. But the
you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
The bullcrap in this is a second chance ballot. Baseball's, you know what baseball became whack to me? When they sold Cracker Jacks with the peanuts, and I knew there was ones without peanuts because I hate peanuts. I can't eat peanuts. And they stopped making the regular ones. And they still sell them at the games along with peanuts. Nobody want to buy that stuff, man. But shout out to them, man. You know, Airmark. Because Airmark's been, you know what I'm saying, in the way with the food and stuff like that. But no. A second chance ballot? What is this? This ain't the lottery. You buy lottery tickets and you spend $15, $20 on the scratch and then in the back it says second chance. Put your email, your address. No.
It's referred to as the contemporary era.
No. Put them back on the original ballot and put them in the Hall of Fame. This is crap. This is like the issue going on with Kyrie right now. People are being blackballed not to choose these players. Because if it was up to these guys, they would choose those players. They telling these guys, don't choose Barry. If Mark McGuire gets over the percentage of the votes, you're all getting fired. If Barry Bonds gets the percentage of the votes, you're all getting fired. Roger Clemens too. Yeah, this is what they're doing right now. It's absolutely crap. Baseball need to wake up. I
feel some type of way. I am biased towards this because a lot of these guys I either grew up watching or watched them, you know, in my early 20s. They shout out to my guy Jake, making me feel old. Say he don't remember none of this because he wasn't here yet, or he was too little. But you know, Albert Bell's on there, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Don Mattingly, Fred McGriff, the Crime Dog, Dale Murphy, Rafael Palmeiro, one of the sweetest swings ever, and Kurt Schilling are all on that ballot for this year.
Maybe if people did steroids back then, a lot more people will be on the list. You know what I'm saying? These guys is like, we got to feed our families, man. This is a tough game. You know, it's tough. Like, when I was growing up, I thought it was tough to hit a home run. Now I know why it's tough to hit a home run, because some people be juicing up. But at the end of the day, hey, if I got to get over the wall, that's what I'm saying. All nation.
I have two things on this. The first one being, actually three. Kurt Schilling is not on here, not from steroid use, but because he had some hot takes on some political views. He got blackballed. And you got to think, these are the guys that got caught cheating. I'm pretty sure everybody was taking it. Everybody was taking the clear, whatever it was called back in the day. So you essentially had steroids going against steroids there in this area. And the last thing is, how can you justify not having these guys on here? I can see if they were playing like football or basketball, you still got to have hand and eye coordination.
Right.
You still got to have the actual skill in order to capitalize on the opportunity. Not like you're in football, you're the strongest guy on the field. It's not like you're in basketball, it afforded you the opportunity to jump the highest. You know, to an extent, you know, you, as far as the contact on the ball, the arm strength throwing, yeah, it plays part in that, but it's still a unique skill set. How much does steroids actually play in that?
Man, they're going to tell you that it enhances you to be ultimately the best, but everybody that takes it doesn't ultimately be the best. So I just don't understand it. You know, it's like being an alcoholic or being a drug addict and all that. And everybody's the same thing, but at the same time, there's the aggressive people, the middle people, and I just like to come home and do it every once in a while. You know, every once in a while, people probably ain't gonna have much success. Now, the middle and the aggressive, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna see a lot of action, right? It's positive or negative. So, yeah, you're right. You have to still perform with those drugs in you. Question is, who can really do it? And that's the thing of bloodline. You know what I'm saying? That's a bloodline thing.
Shout out to Facebook.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, Go ahead.
Go ahead, Josh. You got it. I mean, Jake, my bad. You got it.
No, that at the same time, each sport's scandalous. I mean, but at the end of the day, you still got the two top echelon of most scandalous sports, which is baseball and boxing. These two are at the top tier and the front runners between, the mafia involved in boxing and then everyone, juicing up for baseball. Nothing else really touches those sports when it comes to cheating. So it's really hard to say who the best is at what. And boxing really didn't even have – they had definitely steroid problems, but you had people back in the day loading up gloves, putting rocks in there, putting plaster in there. I mean, it was all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, these are the two highlighted things, so it's really hard to claim who are the best and who, did the dirty stuff in the back. But, I mean, that's probably my main outlook on it. These guys are part of history no matter what way they got there. And I do believe that the best way to take care of it is by putting an asterisk. Not saying like you did something, not meaning that by there's a bad thing there. It's just there's history behind why you need to look at it, But like if Pete Rose ever got in, he was out for this many years because of this reason. He was out this many years for that reason type of thing. Because these guys are part of history no matter what they did because they hold a pretty outstanding record that might not be touched again. I mean, Aaron Judge almost got close. And as far as we know, he's clean. But I mean, that's still a pretty thing to look at. That this is the current era. This is where a lot of things are. It's really hammered down. Like you got to be clean on your toes and everything because you're getting. I mean, look at Myles Garrett. He's probably the cleanest player in the league from what we know because he gets drug tested every 5 days it seems, and he never gets caught for nothing. So and he's doing it naturally. When you're seeing people doing it naturally, it just shows that the times are changing, the nutrition that these guys are taking. So shout out to the guys of the current generation doing this all on their own. So I think we need to, bow our heads more to them guys because they didn't take the route of cheating.
I think Aaron Judge was on steroids. I'm just going to say that now because in 10 years they're going to say he was. And I just want to make known first that I said it first. Because
allegedly,
Aaron Judge steroids. If you don't sign back with the Yankees are gonna let that out. Nah, man. At the end of the day, that's when baseball was at its highest.
How much money did Major League Baseball make off of that? That race for 60 when you had McGuire doing his thing, I think Sammy Sosa. It was always the first story on ESPN over and over and over again. They made a lot of money that year.
They made
well, just think how many people. Just think about Chicago. How many people turned from Cubs to White Sox fans just because they wanted to go see Frank Robinson? Was that it? No, Frank Thomas go and hit home runs.
The Big Hurt.
Yeah,
man, I'm old.
Yeah, they just wanted to go. They just wanted to go to the stadium and see him launch one over the wall. I said Frank Thomas. I'm thinking Reds. But yeah, they just wanted to go and see him make bombs. So just that franchise alone made a ton of money off of just that one singular player.
Definitely.
Got a question for you, Jake. You ever heard of Tim Donahue?
Basketball got a dark cloud over it too. Absolutely, every sport got a dark cloud over it. They got dark clouds right now.
Absolutely.
We're sitting in it, Will. We're sitting in all the black clouds, man. But guess what? It's gonna be some sun one day. Steroids saved baseball the way Larry. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Larry and Matt saved the game of basketball. Steroids saved baseball, and they need to take steroids again. So they need to save the game again. They do steroids. I'm urging players in the MLB to take steroids. I'm like the MLB. I just can't get with it. I went to a hockey game the other night, and I call hockey the bottom of the barrel. Baseball is probably going to be the bottom of the barrel. At least in hockey, they're trying.
Look, I got love for all sports. I'm a complete sports nerd when it comes to it. I'm excited for women's basketball to start tomorrow because I'm a huge UConn fan. I can't wait to see Gino do his thing. I'm getting tickets this year because they're playing Xavier over there at the Centos 10 minutes away. I'm excited for all of it.
UConn.
Bring it all on. Everything but swimming and or everything except swimming and tennis. I like everything.
and I like swimming and tennis. So that's why we are STWF, man. We look at all sports.
Yep. We'll cover it all.
And when does the World Cup start?
World Cup starts on the 22nd, right?
I'm there for it. I'm here for it.
22nd. So we'll be eating some turkey, watching the World Cup. Oh man, yeah, we gotta get into that, man. The betting lines about to be crazy.
This guy here. Who's gonna have the fans at my door asking questions?
Oh, get to that walk, kid.
We're gonna be doing the podcast that Friday. Who's gonna be sitting there? Hold on, I got my turkey leg. Give me a minute.
Oh yeah, turkey leg.
Hot take.
That's I'm gonna find a cowboy chef hat on the internet. You know what I'm saying? In navy blue. So hopefully I can get that before Thanksgiving.
I'm here for it. I like it.
Man.
Oh,
Man.
Jamie just pulled your card. Jake, you like tennis too? You're right. You like a tennis player, Jake?
No.
Hold
No. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Roger Federer retired, and so did Serena Williams. So my love for tennis went way down. And then also Rafael Nadal's really close too, especially with how his knees are doing. So the whole tennis thing's starting to, skate away into the sunset. And I'm sad about it. Don't get me wrong.
Nothing. You over here BSing. Jamie called you on it. This topic right here about these baseball players being in a secondary debate. It is some bull crap and overall.
My bad, too.
Baseball stinks because they keep doing the same thing over and over. And Jake, you stink, man, because I know you love the prospect of tennis today is some of the best. Some of the best. You know what I'm saying? Coco Golf. You know what I'm saying? Shout to New Balance. You know what I'm saying?
I like seeing when Nick Kyrgios is on because I want to see what kind of fight he starts. Other than that, I'm good. He's the bad boy of tennis.
Actually, tennis was bopping. I was watching tennis during the summer. It was bopping, man. You know what I'm saying? And it brings all the fake fans in too, man. So, Jake, as long as you watch it, you will never be a fake fan. You can keep going back and forth between them, man. But honestly, man, tennis is at its all-time high right now. And you got greats leaving, but I think it's opening the door for a lot of young cats and young people, especially with all these deals going around, stuff like that. The only thing I would say is, though, a lot of these tennis players, got hit with the effects of, they play a single sport. And, some people were depressed and things of that nature. And I hope they get well. Shout out to Nate, man. Shout out to you. If they need to improve sports and don't want to let the players use steroids, then they need to allow gambling on it. They're betting for Korean table tennis when you know nothing about it. That's entertaining. Exactly my point. It makes your money extend longer, and it brings more people to the line, which gives y'all a great tax. This is why Massachusetts needs to start and allow it. Say yes to betting, man. I'm waiting. Other than that, book y'all be calling me.
Tell you what, too gonna have us. Do you know Mr. Watt? Who got shout outs for tonight, man?
I got shout outs, man. Shout out to all you guys, man. Showing love, showing out, flooding the comment threads, man. This is what the show's about, man. Take your couple hour, maybe less sometimes of your time, kicking it with us, man. Give us a brighter mind, give us a lot more to talk about. And hey, sometimes we want to go 2 hours, but we can't tonight. But shout out to you guys. Tune in whenever you see us on, whenever you see a posting. One love.
Definitely.
Yeah, for real, definitely. Thank you for the comments were popping today. I haven't seen the comments going like that in a long time, except my wife. Thanks for calling me out for no reason. Anyway, but yeah, no, shout out to all your teams. Shout out to you guys as always for having me on here. Don't forget to be catching Dustin the Diamond Poirier and Iron Michael Chandler this Saturday for the UFC fights. I'm rooting for Michael Chandler, even though I love Dustin's hot sauce. Watch it all on ESPN Plus, and then make sure you come back and watch us on Sunday for your fantasy football needs.
Mm-hmm. Definitely like that.
Appreciate you, man. Oh yeah. Shout out to Bree, Jamie, Chris. Who else we have here tonight?
We had Nate in the building. We had Will in the building. I believe we have my boy James in the building, man. My boy James. I believe my boy James in the building. James, I'm gonna ask you later if you want tonight. I think I've seen some of your comments. I mean, I like this Facebook username sometimes because it makes me think about who it is. And sometimes I'll be right. That
You invite some people and you don't even know who they end up being.
Exactly. Oh, Jake,
that's true.
I'm coming back in
I
fantasy.
think Unc was in there earlier too.
I'm coming back in fantasy, Jake. I'm telling you, Jake, I'm about to win. I'm about to win that. About to win my league. I'm telling you, coming back.
Hey, I thought I had a comeback coming after winning 2 in a row, and then I only put up like 90 points on the next thing. I'm like, my team I got mauled. If I only had receivers, having Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry's fantastic, but my secondary receivers, Hunter Renfrow, what am I supposed to do with that?
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. We might surprise y'all during the week. We never know when the show gonna pop up. Never know what's gonna go on. But until then, we talk to y'all Sunday morning. Get your lineup set up. Tomorrow night's game. The Thursday night game.
Tomorrow night's game is who is tomorrow night's Thursday night game? Oh, I got the calendar right here. It's we get the rematch of 2 weeks ago. You know, in the NFC South, we get Atlanta at Carolina this time. Who we taking tomorrow?
Really?
Quick
Man,
prediction.
Amazon need to ask for their money back. Carolina and Atlanta?
Carolina and Atlanta tomorrow.
They getting a raw.
I got Atlanta.
You got Atlanta?
I'm taking Atlanta.
I am too.
I'm taking Carolina at the crib. They're getting this get back. They should have won that last game. They're getting the get back. Going Panthers.
We gonna see. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight, man. Much love to y'all. We definitely appreciate your support. Y'all have a great night. 2 days away from the weekend. Holla at your boys.